tonight, crews across the area are out treating wet roads as below freezing temperatures tonight follow the first snowfall of the season. The snow has ended, but a few hours ago it was still coming down in downtown Baltimore. For most of the day, this is what we saw, steady snowfall, and it kept salt truck and plow drivers very busy. In Baltimore County, it didn't take long for parked cars to become covered in snow. Some side streets were a little slippery during the day, but for the most part, main roads were only wet. The Eastern Shore received the brunt of the snowfall in Maryland and Salisbury. The snow began late last night and lasted through this evening. In total, about 8 inches fell there. Devin Bartolotta joins us live with how the region is faring through the first snowfall. But first, Bob Turk is in the First Warning Weather Center with the latest and details on a record today that is now broken. Bob?
Believe it or not, the airport set a record today. They didn't get a whole lot of snow, but it broke a record. Take a look at the numbers we have for you. At the airport, they actually got to about 2.8 inches. The previous record was back in 2005, only 2.2 inches today back then. Westminster about 6, Parkton about 5.5, Norrisville about 4, Glendon about 5, Columbia about 3.3. Now, temperatures are below freezing just about everywhere, as you can see. So any of that slush is out there, anything that's wet, if it's untreated, of course, we're going to see some slick conditions. So please be careful overnight tonight. Now, most of the roads, as you mentioned, were just a little bit wet. Now, the precipitation has moved well to the east, northeast of us. Still a little bit of leftover lingering flurries there in northern section of Delaware, extreme northeast Maryland, but that'll be moving out the next hour or two. And still over Delaware, they still have, at least until 1 o'clock, a winter weather advisory. And the winter storm warning is still in effect for Sussex County there in southern portion of Delaware. But that'll all be expiring. Sunshine returns tomorrow, and a much warmer day. It'll melt a lot of today's snowfall. Hope you enjoyed it today. It was actually very pretty. Tracy?
All right, thank you, Bob. Devin Bartolotta is live along Interstate 83, where concerns over icy roads are keeping crews busy tonight. Devin?
That's right, Tracy. The snow has stopped here in Hamden, but the story tonight is black ice. Those roads that were wet earlier today are now experiencing falling temperatures, and drivers have to watch out for slippery spots.
The first snowflakes of a Maryland winter blanketing central Maryland, setting records and leaving wet, slushy roads across the region. The Maryland State Highway Administration putting hundreds of salt trucks to work. Keeping roads free of ice is a race against time and falling temperatures.
If you think something's wet, it could be icy. Even if we've been out salting, you just need to be extra cautious and slow down. Drive for conditions.
The snow hit across the state. Saturday morning, a winter wonderland settled into Ocean City, the beach town digging itself out of several inches of snow. And in Salisbury, crews were out scooping the slush bright and early. Residents running errands before the cold set in.
Roads and bridges are going to freeze up good, so I think it'd be a good night to stay home.
Let's go.
Go. Yeah.
But for those too young to drive anything but a sled, Saturday turned into a snow day.
It's pretty awesome, and I never thought this much snow would come down, and it's amazing.
With no major crashes Saturday in the Baltimore area and equipment running smoothly, the region's first major snowfall. Good practice for both road crews and drivers.
The State Highway Administration tonight wants to remind drivers to turn their headlights on whenever there is snow flying through the air, and also to give salt trucks and plows ample room when following them on the roadway. Reporting live tonight, I'm Devin Bartolotta for WJZ. Tracy, back to you.
All right, some good advice. Thank you, Devin.